Chinese riot police in protective suits giving chase in Henan province at the world's largest iPhone factory. This footage shot by an employee. It's the second time in less than a month that unrest has rocked the massive complex owned by Foxconn, a Taiwanese tech giant with a history of labour violations. Foxconn usually employs 200,000 people at this plant in central China. But recent COVID outbreaks, fears of lockdowns and reports of food and medical shortages have led workers to flee.
The factory and also the government wants to lure the workers back by bonus policy. And when workers went back to the factory, there is another wave of COVID outbreak. And also there is rumor that the factory will not pay the promised bonus to them. So the two problems combined and escalated into a bigger problem for the Foxconn company. So that is why we saw riots and protests in the factory these days.
Foxconn has apologised for what it called a technical error in the hiring process and says the company is negotiating to meet workers' demands. The scenes at the plant are a rare public display of dissent in China and also a sign that frustration with the country's COVID-0 policy is boiling over. But there's no sign of a let-up, with virus numbers in China reaching an all-time high. To quell infections, local authorities are empowered to act quickly, enforcing sudden and long-lasting lockdowns, often at the expense of workers and communities.
所以在这种情况下，是不是也可以适当的调整新的防控手段、防控机制？这个是值得探讨的，值得上面的领导啊，包括各行各业吧，希望大家都能来探讨这事儿，争取制定更适合现在疫情的防疫方针，尤其经济是吧，百废待兴的状态。
The pressure put on the Chinese economy by COVID-0 is raising global supply chain concerns. Foxconn, maker of 70% of all iPhones, will now struggle to meet demand for the holiday season. But the rare scenes of dissent in the Henan factory have raised bigger questions over whether the cost of production too often comes at the expense of workers' welfare. Damon and Rik Glauert for TaiwanPlus.